Oh, good. Got pretty good latency as far as the chat goes today. That's great. I am going to give it a few more minutes and then I'll go ahead and get started, even if there's nobody here. Although, actually, if there's going to be no one here, I might just cancel. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, sorry about that. Let me try that again. The story so far. Alia and her robot, Six, have found the smoking wreck of Janikwi Renba's ship, along with a final message intended for Professor Mayari. The roboticist was looking for the Vault, an ancient observatory he believed to hold the only hope of preventing a darkness from overtaking the nebula. But why had Renba been hiring laborers from Elbereth? Perhaps other ancient sites, like the moon where the ancient god statues were sculpted, will yield more clues. Those last two lines are based on things that I figured out on my last play. That's interesting. Guess things change depending on what you find. A couple of notes about that. First, it's not really her robot, it's Mayari's robot. Mayari is the primary user, and Mayari is the reason why she has the robot. Six is also there to represent Mayari's interests. Although it seems that Renba had a hand in what Six can do as well, which is interesting. All right. The game wants me to go back to Iox, but I'm not willing to do that at all. Hello! Hello! I don't remember if you were here last time, but the game has severely disappointed me in terms of Alia's personal relationships. So I'm a little bit bummed out. But I'm going to gamely continue trying to I mean, at least I've still got all of the fun artifacts and stuff. It's just, man, all of Alia's personal relationships are such a downer, except for Tamar. And even that's a little bit like, does he like her for her, or does he like what she can do for him? And same with the other fellow. Oh goodness, I've forgotten his name. The shopkeeper, the seller of curiosities. In any case. All right, so I've just finished Elbereth, I believe. All right. Now, something I didn't learn last time is what happens if I sleep? I'm going to rest 6. Very good, mistress. I believe I can handle the ship. To Mercy, perhaps? Oh. Never mind. I'll sail her. I see. Okay, so if I see. So if I rest, then it's letting 6 sail. Okay. Well, that's fine. All right. This thing. I wondered if the thing Tapi gave us was a compass. But no matter how I fiddle with it, it only points where I point it. Indeed, mistress. In my opinion, it has more of the appearance of a spatial calculator. A spatial calculator? Indeed, mistress. Somehow, by leveling the rings, one outputs the direction of whatever it is the device is intended to calculate. That's interesting. But such a calculator would clearly only work in a fixed point of space. So I cannot see the purpose of it. Ooh, maybe it'll be useful when we find that observatory. That would be cool. All right. Oh, I see. It was behind the thing, so I could look at it. Oh, I've got both the knife and the fire poker. And looks like that might be the book. Mistress? The well springs. 6. The air they pour out. The air we breathe. Where does it come from? Where do any of us come from, mistress? Where did I come from? You came from a hole in the ground on Iox. Indeed, mistress. Though I assume I did not grow there. I really should return this to Mercy. Though I've grown rather attached to it. What are we looting today? That is an excellent question. I hadn't decided. I was going around and seeing if there was any new information about any of my things, which apparently I have many of. All right. Time to move on. I will prepare the ropes, mistress. Knowledge. Hopefully we are looting knowledge. On the Iolite moon, Renba had hidden away some artifacts that Six had traced to somewhere close to Elbereth. But surely all the sites near the spiral have been found. But I don't know enough to find this site yet. Okay, so the game wants me to go back to Iox, but we are not doing that. All right. All right. Okay. We're gonna go to Ghost's Wake today. I don't know if there's anything to loot, but there are some ghosts to go see. Let's go find some ghosts. Yeah. Do you think Renba found the site from the mural we're after? It seems unlikely. But perhaps he would have, if he had not been so careless as to blow up. You have to relearn how to do this every time. But there must be some deeper connection between this site and the last Emperor's hideout in the Cyclones. It is most likely a connection Master Renba was not interested in. So, what was he interested in? I do not know, mistress. You should go right, mistress. So, dispatch, I don't have my license, and there are good reasons why I do not have my license, all right? Like, that was a deliberate choice that I made. I could sail forever. And at this rate, we will. Interesting, mistress. Could you sail forever? Or would you run out of sky? I believe the site from the mural should be close at hand. Search locations? Ah. This one's closest. Cool. Well, let's go there then. That's what the hopper is for, right? Oh. If you wish to investigate, I will have to go down alone. Whoa, it's just a building hanging out in the middle of nowhere. The ruin here appears to date from the Holy Empire.
The robot hoppered away.
I will investigate.
I was alone. Then it came back.
I recovered a copper sword decorated with the eagle and sun. I wonder how long it's been there. On the crosspiece, here's an inscription. Yay! Inscription! This is fractured. Oh. All right. We've got kind of a variation on what I've been thinking of as mountain. And light, presumably. And our options are watch, power, operation, and music. Oh, the same symbol that shows up in what I think of as robots. So, electricity, maybe? Technology? Let's go with power. I mean, the other possible thing that I could do here is operation, but that is a verb. So I think I'd rather have power. I don't think it's watch. Unless robot means something different than I think it does. Okay. Oh. All right. Wait, oh. Work. Ah. I mean, considering the design of the robots and how, or at least of 6, not that we've seen any of the robots, assuming that 6 is a normal robot design, he is very, oh, that is a badass name for a sword, though. I gotta admit, that is a badass name for a sword, Music and Fear. So, I'm gonna go with power because of where it is. It's on a sword. Power and fear seems about right. But I could see operation if it is, if the literal name of a robot, if the literal word for robot is you know, created worker or something like that, then that first sigil, at least being work, could be could be a good fit. But power is still better. Power and fear. All right. That one's actually pretty far away as the river goes. So let's go there. I'd say this was made on the site we're looking for. It must be close by. We were sailing normally. We weren't sailing normally before? Oy. That's okay, because I'm just gonna go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Use the map and memorize the turns? Sure. I mean, that's probably the way to do it. I'm honestly trying to just kind of go with the flow, so to speak, because otherwise I'm going to get real frustrated. Yeah, no, I'm not really paying attention to 6. It is a way too slow to actually get me what I need anyway. I think we've found it. Settle the Nightingale, 6. Let's take a look around. Exactly. You say that, but I don't. Okay. The way that she jumps to conclusions really bothers me. It could have just as easily been the hermit that lived there before, or anybody who's come by after in the last 1,000 years. It's not necessarily that the last emperor left this note there, you know? Oh, it's green.
Of all the sites I travelled to with the robot, most of them seemed lost, abandoned. But this one felt like it had been hidden.
How much further? Not far, mistress. The path turns here. Give me just a second. I think my computer might be running things that I don't want it to be running. Because we had a little bit of a stop and start there. Yeah, okay. As I thought, my computer was running Dropbox, which is not a thing that you should run if you want good performance during your stream. What should we expect? I will not speculate, mistress. The lanterns are all still burning, Six. Are there people here? There is only one living person on this moon, mistress. You. Trees. Lots of them. Growing from fissures in the rock, mistress. The roots will eventually split the slope below us. This whole site will subside. But someone planted them here? Perhaps. More likely, a seed was scattered by the wind and took root by chance. There's something etched on this one. Graffiti! There's a few words in this one. Interesting. My translation all has to be wrong. Okay. But I can add my translation for deceive to my dictionary now. Ah! Felt very satisfied when I found that one. I was one of the ones that I figured out basically before I looked at it. So what does this say? All right. Hey, so deceive is for sure. And also got put in as a for sure. I filled those in. Oh well. I'm really sure about them, so even if the game isn't. Let's see. And then all was. Let's see, where is it? Ah, there it is. Huh. It's apparently fairly certain about every. That's a shame. All right. Okay. So we've got death and fear as related that it's suggesting, which yeah, I can't really argue with that because we've got the lightning bolt, but star? Really? All right, let's look at our other lightning bolt ones, which, as I recall, I was not super sure about. So, death could have also been stranger, goddess, or beloved, but it feels really negative. So, and then, the other one should be like right here. Yeah, it's right next to it. Fear. Oh, okay. I see why it's so. Fear at least makes sense. Fear, we've got the it's a verb into. I don't think fear is right. I don't think fear is right, and I'll tell you why. I think it's not right because I'm pretty sure that this sigil by itself is knowledge. I'm trying to remember why I thought that. That's something that, like, I've been very certain about, feeling very certain about. Oh, isn't it? Oh, it's wept, isn't it? Wept isn't wept. Right. So book, something is object of knowledge, right? Like that's what I'm reading this as. So that means that this piece has to be knowledge, right? Blesses. I mean, I guess it could also be the breath or something like. If that's correct, and this is knowledge, then that I'm hoping that it's knowledge because that would make sense thematically for the story. if the gods are people that know things, if you know, yeah. So I'm basically basing it on book. So then we've got action of the god. Then we've got goddess being a person who is of great knowledge, and then anyway, we'll see. I'm still not sure about. There's lots of things I'm uncertain about. Where is it? Oh, is it missing? Did I not transfer? No, here it is. Wept. Yeah, move knowledge part. I haven't changed it yet, I don't think, but I should because like the more I think about it, the more I think it must be knowledge. So between book and that that this is probably a elemental noun, right? So okay, so taking that into account, fear, or at least what I had previously translated as fear, has the transformative symbol. The thing that I kind of almost arbitrarily decided was this into that. Now, maybe I'm wrong about that, but it is clearly a connection between two different, like this is a verb and then a verb, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think that fear is the right translation because it's something into knowledge, right? Like, and fear is based on a lack of knowledge. What do I think the squiggle zigzag until the? I've been thinking of that as lightning strike. So I honestly don't know. When I was editing the video for when I found the fear and death words originally, I apparently thought that it was a negative thing, but I don't think it is. Or I guess it could be. I'm fairly certain that the lightning strike is an abstract concept. I couldn't tell you why. No, actually I can tell you why. I think everywhere that it shows up, all of the options are pretty much abstract concepts. So, okay, I mean, we've got definitely not and. So we've got like love, fear, and open. Open is a verb. I mean, fear and love are also verbs, but fear and love are emotions. And yeah, I don't know. Right. This is the point at which I stopped thinking that it could possibly that it can't possibly be a negative thing because it's in home. And if I remember correctly, home I was fairly certain about because I'm like 80 to 90% certain that this symbol by itself means moon. So I guess it could be. So it's either, I don't think it's empire, but it could be temple or stone. I don't remember the context of this one. Oh, the stars of home. That was it. Right. So this is fairly certain. So this is fairly certainly home. So I guess it could be ownership. It could be if it's ownership. An object that isn't mine. Object and knowledge that isn't mine, maybe? Except for that we know that the squiggle is and this seems to be transformative. Wait, where else have I found the colon? Why do I think that's that is describing one thing and then another thing? This, which was return. Right, which fits culturally. That fits culturally because that was in the grave marker, and burying is for enemies. Where else did I have a colon? Rivers. These eagles' chains. On rivers of light we sail forever. Yeah, okay. So yeah, no, that's. I mean, I guess. These high. I mean, I guess it could have been on eagles' light we sail forever. I guess, but it's got the water sigil in it. Yeah, river into travel up into. Yeah, no. So this is almost certainly rivers, which means rivers as in like the rivers of travel, right? So if it were eagles, No, if it were eagles, it would have something to do with fire because eagles are fire breathing. So, okay, and then sail also has the colon. Sail, fade, are, remain, right, and it's a verb, so it's probably sail, fade, remain. And I was thinking that on a crown, it's remain or sail. Travel adjective into travel noun or movement or do, maybe? Because we've got cannot. Right. Okay. So I think I'm fairly comfortable with the colon being into. Like, it's hard for me to see it as something else, at least for now. So, all right. So to backtrack, we are currently dealing with this guy. Right. And then we've got, okay, so fear and death and home and live. Huh. Which I think I probably based on death. Okay, so, okay, this is interesting. So I wasn't very comfortable with this one, if I remember correctly. But let's start from here, since this one's got the cartouche, the orthographic circumfixation. Oh no, you didn't derail me. You gave me another direction to think. No, I think it's just as well because I've now been playing this for long enough and have enough words that it's important to make sure that I remember all of that of what I'm dealing with, right? This is part of why I was thinking about last time that it was probably about time to rewrite them all in like some sort of dictionary order, but it's not it's not time yet, I don't think. Maybe after this one. But okay. Part of the problem with the lightning bolt is that I haven't gotten anything that I feel really comfortable about with it. So I'm kind of very tentative about it. And the lightning bolt, like, I probably would have sooner or later ended up just like staring at it for a while because it is the most definitive piece of this word. Like, all of these other pieces are supports to it. Like, I don't know what this first part means, but like, this usually shows up in nouns. This is not that. So, oh, wait. Hold on. I mean, if we just go off of what past me said, and that the lightning strike is to live, then this is death. This is dead, which is one of the options. Yeah, okay. Maybe this is adjective. Adjective noun. Adjective noun. Okay. 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 I mean, it was a very useful derailment, I think is what I will say. Okay. Right. So, yeah, you'll notice that they didn't offer me the definitional, the orthographic fixation, orthographic circumfixation version as one of the related words. You'll notice. Probably a little bit too easy that way, but okay. So important, dead. I mean, I guess instead of possession for home, it could just be live. So moon I live on, home, that also works. Dead, ill. Okay. Right. Something into action. That seems like will. Oh, should. Oh, should. Okay. All right. So if we assume that Alia is correct and that this is where the last emperor was before he went to the hideout, the ancient dead will deceive. Seems like something a looper would write. But that's getting kind of metatextual. I feel like something that comes before action seems like will would be a not terrible choice for that. Let me go update that entry. Dead will deceive? But I have no idea what it means. What do the dead lie about? Nothing, mistress. The dead merely lie about. Lie about what? I mean, they lie, mistress, about. Oh, it is very pretty. Did Renpa come here at all, I wonder? There is no way to be sure. Yay! Hello, je ne sais pourquoi. You missed my terrible driving. Bless the rivers. This could have been built yesterday. Well. Ooh. There's something worked into the stone beneath the ivy. This one is a phrase run together. I'm sure my translation for dead is right now. Nice. So, when this appeared, before I even got options, I was reading it as garden. I couldn't tell you why. I think it's really just because that sigil looks so much like a plant to me, which is why I chose earth for it before, I think. I couldn't see that as anything else other than a plant. But this is moon something. Don't think it's mine. Don't think it's follow. Which leaves us with garden or temple. Yeah, no, I'll go with garden. That just looks too much like a plant. I'm sorry. I can't do anything else. If I'm wrong, the game will eventually tell me that I'm wrong. Obvious plant. Much like 6. This is an obvious plant. Just a sec while I write this down real quick. Okay. Oh, nope. That was wrong. Stop. Does Garden of Dead work? A graveyard? I mean, if it's Ghost's Wake, it must have been for important people. Anything else over here? Are those figures? Up there. Stones, mistress. Nothing more. We can slip around this way, I think. I most certainly cannot. You don't think you can make it? If I were to topple, mistress, it is not as though I could grab on to something to save myself. There must be another way in. There was the gate, mistress. Guess I didn't actually go far enough. Careful now, Alia. Don't want to slip. Okay, yeah, that is a way that I can go. I'll come back in a minute. I just like to be thorough. Oh. Some kind of courtyard. A horned statue. Watching over the dead? I should think so, mistress. There is a hopper eye inside the courtyard. If I may. An eye? Indeed, mistress. If the glass is still intact, the eye will focus the hopper signal into the courtyard. And if the glass isn't intact, the signal will not entangle and nothing will happen. Or we will refract to an unexpected location. Maybe I'll go around the side. Indeed, mistress. Hey, no, I was walking here. I would like to examine the gate, please. Trying to collect words here. Sure, fine. I assume based on everything else that it's locked. Yes. No keyhole. So how did people get in? It may function like the gate on Elbereth, mistress. There may be a passphrase or some other mechanism. Right, the hopper. All right. Maybe I can finally lose that robot out here.
The wind died.
It's so still. 6? There
The
you
smell
are,
of flowers
mistress.
flooded the misty air.
Oh dear, the passing. Here, let me help you out a little. If this is a graveyard, then where are the graves? This is incredible. It's perfect. It seems quite apparent. It is more than 1,500 years old. Did this gate ever open? There are no hinges. Smell it. It's incredible. I cannot, mistress. I have no sense of smell. It's wonderful, Six. I am enjoying the color, mistress. That will suffice. Okay. They gave the robots the ability to enjoy things. They gave the robots the ability to have feelings, probably. I have observed humans have a strange relationship with their noses, mistress. They largely ignore them, then will suddenly behave as if they are their most important asset. Musk and rose. A perfume garden. No sign of Renba, though. Most likely he didn't find this moon. This site is a graveyard, I think. Why was it mapped in that hermitage where Renba died? This must have been a stray seed once, nothing more. Now look at it. It'll bring the whole place down in the end. The same fate will eventually overtake this place, mistress. Perhaps we could finish our explorations before that happens. Locked. We could break it down? Perhaps Mistress intends to use my holographic head as a battering ram. No need to be snippy, Six. There is no need to be persistently inaccurate, mistress. This one's definitely stuck. A tree has demolished the corridor beyond. The tree is a creature like any other, mistress. Slow, but ultimately self-interested. All right, they give the robots the ability to have preferences, enjoy things, have philosophical points of view. Six is almost certainly sentient. The Empire did war crimes by burying them alive, by burying the robots alive. I was already pretty sure. I am getting more sure. I am displeased. I mean, I know most empires do war crimes. In fact, I'm not sure there's ever been an empire that doesn't exist because war crimes, but still. If this place is a graveyard, what does that make you, goddess? I've got it. She's a death goddess. Nah. Welcoming people to the afterlife. Seriously, just making up stuff. Just making up stuff. Why is the goddess covering her eye, mistress? Death doesn't care what you look like. She doesn't need to see. It's hard to understand old symbols without their context. And this goddess is very, very old. There really should have been a question mark on all of that. I mean, other than the very, very old. I'd like it if you couched your language with a few more uncertainties, because you really don't have enough evidence to state any of these things for certain. This is cool. There's something under the ivy here. That's the Eagle and Sun. This is an Empire period ruin. About 1,000 years more recent than you thought. So, I thought you said this place was thousands of years old. I was wrong, mistress. I was guessing. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't agree. I don't think so. The statues have all been pre-Empire. All of the goddess statues have been pre-Empire. This is an Empire building that was built on a pre-Empire site. History is more complicated than just one or the other, you guys. Come on. All right. But I believe the statue is thousands of years old, all the same. Older than the rest of the site, if you like. But if this is a Holy Empire site, the ancient gods shouldn't be here at all. The gods were torn down, destroyed by the Empire. Like the one on Elbereth. There are no gods on Iox. An intact Empire site, Styx. Everything on Iox was rebuilt after the fall. But this place was never destroyed. We must assume it was never found. Oh, dang. Oh, dang, y'all. Oh, dang, y'all. Oh, dang. Okay. Okay, what if the loop was made up by the fallers instead? That would actually close a particular problem that I've been having here, which is that like this is ancient language, right? Like, and yet the Holy Empire supposedly like destroyed all of history, right? So like the language was destroyed more recently than everything else, supposedly, right? Like, oh shoot, I am behind on getting the YouTube up. I am sorry. I have some time off this week, so I am planning on like going through and just like chunking those on up. And not, like I'm trying to not be cute about it and just get it all up, but that requires me to actually have time to sit down at my computer and do things. So I'm currently about 2 weeks behind. R.I.P. But I'll get there, and I will let you know when I'm fully back up to speed. Yeah, yeah, that's part of why I haven't worried about it too much. Like the only people watching are you in Dispatch. Yeah, that's my actual problem. Like that's my actual concern is that I'm currently far enough behind that there is a gap between what Twitch has and what's on the YouTube, and that is my actual goal is to close that gap. So, which is a much more reasonable, um, goal currently. But that is my goal is to make sure that after 2 weeks things are up on the YouTube, which is not currently the case. But I should be able to catch up this week. Okay, so something that's been bothering me is that like the story that we've been given is that the Holy Empire destroyed history, destroyed all of this stuff. Dama is here. Dama actually got here first, which was pretty cool. I think that's the first time. Anyway, so the story that I've been given is that the Holy Empire destroyed everything, right? And then there was the dark time, and then it was now. And like the implication has been that we managed to lose a language in the 100 200 years it's been since the empire, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's more like 1,000. I'll have to check the timeline after this. But like okay. Well, clearly things are not as they seem. Which is pleasing. We've got a history mystery. A history mystery. Wonder if I can. Wonder if I can change it midstream. Probably not. Sorry, I'm trying to make my OBS do things, and it's not behaving. It's not behaving. Do, 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 do. Oh. Sorry, folks. Yeah, history is complicated. And like there's always a difference between what actually happened and what the official story is, right? Like, oh, his I see what you did there. Um, yeah, a history mystery. His hysterical miss story. Eh, eh. Anyway, okay, technical problems over. I suspect I have interrupted the conversation again, so I will go back to that. See where we're at. If it will let me. A graveyard of emperors, I think. Only missing one. The one that died in that hermitage. Well, that's an arbitrary conclusion you just jumped to. And there's another inscription along the edge of the design. This is the start of a fragment of text. Lurking is totally welcome. Half lurking, full lurking, whatever. It's all good. I believe you were correct with live, mistress. All right. Let me go update that. Where'd it go? Cartouche, where'd it go? Ah, there it is. Okay. All right. To write down some stuff. Thing that I thought might be up. Oh, hi, Timon. Hi, buddy. Yeah. You've got a spot up there. See? Can give you a spot up there. Stay there. No, don't. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little story. So every time I do this, I try to make my setup a little bit better. And the way that I decided to make my setup a little bit better this time was that I bought my own webcam. So now I'm no longer stealing my partner's webcam that they use for work. I instead have a dedicated webcam. And I also bought an arm to put it on because something that's been happening is I've been taping the webcam to various things in order to make it hang over the place where I want it to be. And also, I have changed the setup so that it's not attached to the table that I'm on because it's not a very stable table, so it kind of kind of wiggles, right? So every time I moved or touched the table, the camera would wiggle. Okay, so I have it on a connected to a separate little folding table, and it's not touching the desk so that it won't rattle. What I didn't take into account was that now that I don't have a big pile of stuff that I'm just kind of like making into a stand, and it's now just for the webcam to kind of hang off of, and there was like a selfie stick involved. It was a whole thing, but there is now just a table with an arm attached to it, which means that there is a nice flat surface, which means that Temin wants to sit on it. Well, he's decided to be still now, so at some point the camera will shake in a very impressive fashion, I'm sure. But at least for now, he's decided to be still. Okay. Where was I? Yeah. So I'm starting to think that this might be an adjective marker. Don't know. Maybe. Let's see. And we've got these little signifiers. Got of. We've got this little dot doohickey, just I guess is a connector or something probably. I have no idea. And we have many travel or move or action. Not sure. Okay. Of move travel. Of many moving and traveling. Migration? Let's see what our options are. Beautiful, ancient, long, organized. So it's definitely not beautiful. I'm feeling pretty solid about the four strikes being a pluralizer. So multiple travel, maybe an adjective, but maybe not. Hard to be sure. I mean, I guess it could be beautiful. Again, beautiful is yet again one of those things where the literal translation is going to be heavily influenced by the culture that it's from. Excuse me. Okay, so I think she said that it was the beginning of a phrase, and the other two parts are, come on, live and emperor? Yeah. Long live emperor something or other? That's a little weird to have on a grave. Arrange the life. I guess it could be long. Many actions, and it is an adjective. Of many actions. Yeah, I can't think of it as anything else. I just, every time I start to worry about it, I think about what Je ne sais pourquoi said to me about it being for an English-speaking audience. All right. Let's write that down real quick. And then organize had a parenthetical. Up. Come back. Arrange. Okay. Long live Emperor? I wonder what that really tells us about the Empire. Nothing, mistress. Any scribe can lie. This place is a graveyard connected to the Empire. Graveyard of emperors, perhaps? That is much more like what I had hoped you had said earlier. That is the level of confidence you should be speaking with here. Thank you. So, why did the last emperor draw a map to here? Simply because he was dying? The emperors believe in the loop, mistress. But to be reborn, you must be burned. Unlike all those before him, the last emperor faced true death. Perhaps the emperor drew the map to tell his soul where to go. Ah, okay. Catch you later. Okay, so okay, she's probably just throwing out ideas. It's not like there's anybody here to say citation needed other than me. 6 is not going to say citation needed, even though maybe it should. Then again, she's the only historian. She's like, oh goodness, what was his name? There's this fantastic Geoffrey of Monmouth. She's like Geoffrey of Monmouth. No one is around to tell her no. You want dragons? You can have dragons. You want giants? You get giants. She can make up whatever she wants because there is no other historian around to tell her no. There is no peer review. Okay. I need to check something real quick while I'm here. Okay, so we've got the Holy Empire. Which, all right, let me see if I can use the mouse on this because this is ridiculous. Yes, I can. Okay, good. Okay, so we've got, okay. Right. Okay, so modern history is like 175 years old. The empire went away 350 years ago. That is a strangely short amount of time for a language to die in. Like, it would, I mean, I say that, and then I immediately start thinking about like the Native American tribes that, well, actually, no. The only reason why we are losing Native American languages, why we are losing those languages, is because they were basically hunted down and destroyed. like the culture was as their cultures were as thoroughly destroyed as possible by the people in power, through, and it required an incredible amount of work and dedication for them to be cut down and destroyed. So somebody went to a lot of trouble to destroy this language. That's my takeaway here, because like this is something that's been bothering me for a while, and I hadn't thought of it at a time to go and check. And also, I had been spending a lot of time being distracted by Alia's personal problems, but like 350 years. To destroy a language across an entire huge range of moons with so many people and so many like little niches that you could dig through. I'm not sure it was reestablished. Especially considering what she said, that everything on Iox is post-fall. Everything on Iox is post-fall. So all right. So there's some fishiness going on. They didn't destroy all the descriptions, but they destroyed anybody who knew how to read them. Unless something is going on where there's somebody out there like that knows how to read this stuff, and they're just yeah, they destroyed the knowledge of the spoken language. And my point is that in order to destroy the knowledge of a spoken language, you have to, well, frankly, you have to murder a lot of people, like a lot of people, like a lot, and then you have to take their children from them, and then you have to re-educate them. Like it's incredible the amount of work that has to be done in order to destroy a language in 2 generations, like that, 3 generations, however long it's been, right? Like the obvious parallel for me is that the empire fell 350 years ago. Yeah, I know, but this is a different set of war crimes from the robots being buried, which happened at the beginning of the Holy Empire. It makes me wonder why. Like, what? Like sometimes people are just awful, and shit happens. But like, what were the Fallers trying to accomplish by destroying the previous language? What were the Fallers? Different empire, different crimes? I mean, sure. I mean, and I guess it could just be as simple as they were doing the same thing that the Holy Empire did, where they destroyed the history of the previous culture so that there were, histories written by the victors or all that. But like, what it makes me think is that they wanted to, like, the thing that I think is interesting is that more recently there has been kind of a refound almost reverence for the empire, right? Because like the loop says the empire, the Holy Empire, is all that has ever been and all that ever will be. All there is the empire and the fall, and then eventually the empire will return, right? And like, so like there's this reverence. The loop suggests a reverence for the empire, I would say, because it's also supposedly, yeah, the loop faith of the Holy Empire, right, is revived, which means that there is a reverence for the Holy Empire, right? Because also it being a holy empire, the religion is deeply tied with the righteousness of the empire, right? So, what this suggests to me is that what the Holy Empire was actually like, and the version of it that is told by the Loop Temple, that is researched by the university, that is in the Chronicles of Mazwai, is expurgated or false in some way, and in more than just the way that history always is, because history is always written by someone with a bias, right? So this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Yeah, I don't care what Professor Mayari wants. Yep, keep it to yourself, please. If this site was built during the Empire, but the statue was carved in ancient times, like the one on Mercy, then perhaps the garden was built around the goddess herself? That's why they chose such a lush place for a graveyard. Because of the death goddess. Oh, I am looking forward to doing a lot of screaming. They were going by the gods. Going by the gods, you say? Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but I am trying to increase my pace. Not just because I now have a deadline, but also because I really want to go back and read all of the things that y'all have said and want to talk about it more fully in general. So much water. More water than I've ever seen in my life. I believe this is called a river, mistress. How do you know that? I cannot be sure, mistress, but I believe I have seen them before. I thought you couldn't remember anything. I cannot, and yet I know that is a river, just as I know how to sail. You know what I'm currently thinking about now? 6 is sentient. 6 has a primary owner. But 6 is sentient and therefore most likely can understand and perform the concept of malicious compliance. Much like Alia can do. Which means Six could conceivably become an ally instead of a burden. But I'm not sure Alia has realized that. This is the bridge we saw from below. Mistress, a warning. I believe the running water has compromised the stonework of the bridge. Compromised? It feels solid to me. Is there another way across the water? Perhaps. We have not yet thoroughly explored. I'm sure it'll be fine. This bridge has been here a long time. Mistress, I can only tell you the statistics based on the actual wear of the masonry. I cannot compensate for optimism. We'll come back to the bridge. Now, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Mostly worn away. Almost all worn away. I can't get anything from it. But what do you make of it, Six? There really was a lot of writing here once, Mistress. Whole chronicle, perhaps. But I believe some characters can still be seen. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This one is a broken fragment from an even longer phrase. No idea. What? I don't even get to... Show me. Oh, great googly moogly. Okay, here's the thing. There's totally... you are going to let me do things with it. Good. Okay. Got an and. We got Empire, I think. Yes. We've got... Do we have Emperor? I think maybe we've also got Emperor. No, but we do have knowledge. And of. And do we also have Emperor? No. Okay. Cool. All right. It's not going to let me do the whole thing because I don't have enough of it, but I am going to write down what I've got on my sheet. I've got I've got another phrase that I also wasn't allowed to actually translate, but I have some ideas about. So it can go over here on this page. Compassing? I don't know. Many. It's almost we. Is that? Where's that 6 shown up before? 6 has been here before. Where is it? Got the red wing. Could have sworn we've had the red wing without the wing on it. All right, well, oh, there's another page over here. Here it is, buried. To moon. No movement. Maybe. Okay. And we've got a long boy. And then I'm not sure what's up with that. And we've got a verb indicator. Live. Quail. I have live quail elsewhere. Yeah, I have this entire phrase. Into live quail. So yeah, so if I'm right about death, then this is, if I'm right about death, then this is almost certainly person who is not into live again, maybe? Okay. So we've got knowledge of something, probably at least 2 words, maybe more. And the next thing. Possible adjective. Circle dealy again. Mountain of empires. Belonging to empire. Huh. Well, I can see why they didn't want to let me translate it. It's just a little bit too much. But this is almost certainly just 1 word. Long boy is interesting. Okay. All right. Okay. As for the image, I can see the eagle and sun. Let's see people interacting. Yeah, don't got much going on here that I can actually like reasonably interpret. All right. I think that's the way we came? No, that's the way we came. We can get through here. Oh. Is that a tree sticking out of the roof? It's amazing this place is still standing. Sure, try the door. Stuck? Stuck. Looks overgrown in there anyway. So, do we turn back now? Maybe we'll have to try that bridge you warned me about. There's got to be another way inside. Perhaps you could smash a window and climb over the glass, mistress. Sounds too actiony for this game. That was sarcasm. Hey! Maybe I can squeeze through here. There might be another door at the back. Perhaps, mistress, but I will not fit. Do you see any other way in? Not from this side, mistress. Then try not to rust out here. I won't be long. Mistress. Sneak, sneak, sneak. By all the Wagon waters. So many thorns. I'm not going back that way if I can help it.
The air inside the glass house was damp. It smelt like fruit and warm water.
Peaceful here.
Arnie, even though that's literally your name.
The air is warm. It's even bigger close up. Reminds me of the Tree of Knowledge on Iox. I will be right back. Okay. Where was I? Ah, yes. Hey! There's something etched into the bark. Cut with a knife, I think. Hardly a sculptor's work. This one is a broken fragment from a longer phrase. Huh. I can add my translation for we to my dictionary now. I'm also convinced of will. Nice. I'm sure of forever as well. Nice. All right, let me go make sure those are up to date. Live. Will. Where's the other ones? Okay, hold on. Let's go through this. All right. Yes, we will live ugh, I need to get better handwriting. Forever. Where'd it go? It means oh, it means it's not never, it's won't. Think. Where'd it go? Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Forever. Okay. We will live forever. Done. I wonder who they were. And what they meant by live. You have to wonder if the carver was speaking for the tree. Oh, up. I saw you, little dot. I saw you. Yes. Come to me, little dot. There's something here. A golden compass. It looks like something from, at latest, the early Empire period? An heirloom, maybe. It has that look to it. Something that was old even when it was used. And there's an inscription on the casing. This one is several words. Well, I'm feeling more comfortable about sail now that we've found it on a compass. Huh. Okay. I will sail. Wait. Cool. Wait. Oh. 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 Okay. Hold on. Yeah. No, it must be you because the same sigil, but with the dot, like in we, is I, as far as I'm concerned. So, oh, pop, pop. So this has to be you. You will sail. Huh. And descriptor down. Up. Home. If it didn't have the home or live, goodness, it's not home. Home is home is moon live, the moon where I live. It's adjective noun uplive. So free. I think that's free. I mean, it's either free or beyond given context. You will sail beyond. I mean, I guess it could be you sail the nebula. You will sail the nebula, I guess. But it's less, but like that's not as, what's the word I want here? Uh, Goal oriented. Oh, bother. What's the word? Whatever. I don't have time to remember words in English. I need to translate things in ancient. All right, give me a second. I need to actually write these down. I've just realized. Oh no. Oh, I've just realized that this entire time, my the way that I've been writing the person character, it's just Su. It's just Japanese katakana Su. It's not actually the thing that it's on. That's on the. All right, let's do it correctly. Ugh. I gotta practice my penmanship. Yeah, okay. That's a lot more accurate. I'm not gonna even bother writing down empires. It's definitely not empires. Moving on. You will sail free. That will do for now. Yoink! This comes from the same source as the spherical device. The one I was given on Elbereth. This should help us work out where to look for it. The location that it's from, I assume, is the it in question. All right. Got any other goodies in here? Goodies, goodies. Commentary. Still flowing. After all this time. I would have thought it would be clogged with moss and dirt. Maybe the butterflies keep it clean. I just hope my shoulder doesn't go straight through. Whoop! Mistress? I found a way in. So I see. Thanks for waiting. I see you are still undamaged, mistress. All right. Come on. See if Six can find something I can't, I guess. This is quite a collection, mistress. These plants must have once been assembled. I didn't think the glass house was natural, Six. No, mistress. Indeed. Definitely a garden. This chamber was some form of arboretum. There are traces of a wide variety of plants here. What happened to them? The inevitable process of settling. Those most suited to this place survived. Those that were fragile here died. Wonder what you know about settling, Six, considering you presumably were built by an empire or two. What are these colorful flapping things? They appear to be everywhere, but only inside this chamber. Can I reply if I go back in? Aw. Missed opportunity. Oh well, next time. Moving right along. Is this bridge in better state than the last one? Despite the obvious. I believe the tree is holding the stones together, mistress. There's an inscription here. Around the stones at the base. Bless this mess. Bless the moon, I guess. Huh. 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 Okay, considering that we has been confirmed, I'm quite certain about I. How interesting. How very interesting. Okay, I think this has to be this. If we started from I, and then it's a... If we started from I, and then it's got the object notifier on it, so it's this, right? Because like if you're the starting point, like that just feels right. Like even aside from the bless this mess. Place. The place where I live. Yeah. I do still think it's moon more than place, but I mean, okay, there's not a secondary. Turns out, all right, let me just write this down real quick. Check the people. It could, I guess, still be house, but I don't think so. And I guess it could be is, but that doesn't feel right. It's not the right part of speech. Bless this place? Can you tell the time by the sundial on Iox, mistress? Huang claims he can, but... But what? Huang would say anything to impress me. Don't tell him I said that. I refuse to believe that Huang is anything but trustworthy. I refuse. Even if Alia believes it, I refuse to speak it into being. I need at least one bright spot in this freaking cast. Mistress, please. You cannot expect me to cross that. I will topple into the water and sink. Stay there if you like. I want to look around. You are attempting to goad me into crossing. I cannot be goaded. I know you have lost robots before. 5 of them. I do not intend to increase your score. Stop being so melodramatic. Be advised, I will hopper myself to the boat if I so much as teeter, and I do not guarantee I will return. I'm glad you made it. It would have been like 4 all over again if you'd fallen. I did not enjoy that, mistress. I found the risk most uncomfortable. Stop complaining. Next time, wait in the ship. I cannot. That does make me wonder what kind of instructions he has. You said 4 was unlucky. How exactly? You don't want to know. That one was nasty. If recollecting the event causes you distress, I will forego knowing. Thank you, 6. That's most sensitive of you. Okay. Okay, maybe they can have a working relationship that actually... Maybe they don't... Maybe they don't have to stay antagonists. That... I'd be here for that. Locked. Or stuck, maybe. Oh, I see more of those statues like we had on the one place.
Stone markers huddled together, whispering nasty things about me.
What? Shrines. Like the one behind the hermitage where Renba died. That was just a bizarre line. That was bizarre. I would have expected something grander for an emperor. A tomb, a mausoleum. These graves are so small. These are not public graves, mistress. There was no one here to impress. Okay, apparently I can't get up to those. Well, the voiceovers have been kind of out of character in general. It's a good moon for a graveyard. You said the weather here was calm? Whoever built this place had their pick of moons, mistress. Come on, give me the dot. Give me the dot. There. There's so many of these markers. This might have once been inscribed, but it's been worn smooth. Give me the dot. This moon has high levels of ambient moisture, mistress, though it is otherwise quite clement. The gardens here are quite remarkable, but the graves are surprisingly simple. No great tombs or mausoleums. Continuing to repeat yourself over and over for some reason. This one's in better condition. Still legibly carved. This is fractured. Why am I not getting death as an option? All right. Come on. This doesn't feel right. I'm certain my translation for you is correct now. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so that's not death. That long one is not death because this is death. Because that's dead, which is the adjective form. Not alive. Okay, adjective, person, many, we. Group does a thing. Speak. Welcome. We speak something. Yeah. Yeah, because it's action, we speak something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me write that down real quick. It's fine. Well, onto a new piece of paper. Filled out the paper already. And we started with 1 on that page today. Mm-hmm. I'll get there. Would help if I could figure out how to navigate the pen better. This one's funky. No swipes. It could be related to this little guy that keeps showing up. No, probably not. Up. Not going to even bother writing down the death alternatives because I know that one's right. So okay. Does Death Goddess welcomes you make sense? Yes. Yes, it does. This one isn't carved at all. But there's something inside the niche at the front. A metal gong, engraved with the impression of a bird's wing. It looks like it dates from the early empire? Maybe whoever was buried here was a musician. What? Oh, the gong. I've seen the markings on this thing before. On the side of my ship. The wing has been inscribed with symbols, too. There's a few words in this one. Huh. Speak up. Noun. Something. Speak up. Huh? Song then. And then, oh my. Oh my. Okay. Well, it's got song inside of it. Oh. 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 Oh, dang. Okay. I think what we've got here, maybe. I've been trying to figure out what the little. All right. So we've got. So we've got something in here that I just deduced as probably song, right? And we've seen that it's often an indicator of what type of word it is at the beginning here, right? And so if this is a compound word where we've got indicator, song, I think this is animal. Because an up animal, that's a bird, right? It's a little weird that it's in here twice, so it makes me feel less comfy and less confident about it. But I do think that like having it be up would be a little bit. I think that could easily be more difficult to understand. So having it be bird, because I think if you didn't have this on the front, then it would be the song of the bird, right? It would be two different. It would be song and bird. It would be two different words. Whereas with the connector on the whereas with the indicator on the front, it's like this is an animal. It is a songbird, right? So that's the thought. Part of why I went oh is you'll notice that robots is one of the options here. And okay, so we had so assuming I'm not, completely nutso here, right? We had another word earlier today that also caught my attention because it had some stuff in common with robot. Yeah, power, which could have been watch, operation, or music. We've got what I thought might be tech and light, right? So it's a tech animal person, I guess. A technology creature, perhaps? Animate technology, perhaps? Might be the literal translation for robot. So that's cool. All right, let me get this stuff down. I appreciate that I'm getting faster at this because, wow, there is a lot. Form, not from. Does that change my answer? No. Okay. I could still change my mind, but Songbird? Yeah, I know. I don't entirely like it either. That's the ancient for nightingale. It's written on the ship's wings. Yoink! I got it right. This comes from the same place as the compass we found here before, I think. This new find should be helpful in tracking down where these things originated. Excellent. There are niches in all of these markers. They're empty. Looted? Or left that way? There's more water here than I've ever seen. Enough water for Elbereth 3 times over. If only there was a way to transport water. Do I get a dot for this guy? I do not. This moon is a mountain. There is nowhere for anything to grow. But what's it all for? Oh, god dang it. Thank you. It just pours away into space. Alright. Yes, more! More! This one's worn smooth. Fine. How about this one? Anything? Anything? Most curious. 6? What have you seen? 6? I could fall in the river and it wouldn't even notice. How about this one? Ah, the inscription on this one is readable. This is the end of a longer line of text. Return as... I get the feeling one of these is not going to work. No good. Have to start again and try it a different way. All right. Ah. So I have the opposite of this as cannot. Adjective water. Huh. Well, it's an adjective associated with water. Carrying, moving quickly, sure. Carries a verb, so let's say fast. Whoop, nope. Fast, I think, is the adjective I would most likely associate with water. Okay, return 2. I mean, like, I'm looking at this and I'm seeing 2, so toward, I guess. Yeah, of moving. Yeah. Turn towards us quickly. That seems like a reasonable thing to have on a gravestone. Write a couple things down. Doot, doot. Da-doot. And bop, 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 bop. Okay. No? Return towards us quickly. The loop teaches that souls who die return. I suppose that's what these people believed. I have finished my researches, mistress. My conclusions are, I fear, worthless. What were you looking for? I do not know, mistress. One of the markers seemed to intrigue me for a moment. I'll have to try following it next time I come through here. And I will check out that marker in a minute. Just feel like being methodical. Because I want my words! Oh, like heck we have. Like fun. No. Alright, this is the one that Six was interested in. This one seems to be made of older stone than the others. The first gravestone to be placed here, perhaps? That was my opinion too, mistress. The stone is indeed different. Older, and from a different source. Where is it from? I cannot be 100% certain. But if you had to guess, I estimate the old stone is from Elbereth. The stone is from Elbereth? Are you sure? It just said it wasn't sure. As I said, not 100%, mistress. But 96.5 is not so far from 100. The old grave we found. Does it suggest that Elbereth was important in the early empire? If so, that's new to me. That would be a strong conclusion to read from a single choice of building material. Perhaps Albereth's stone was as cheap as its labor. It is strange that it's the only Albereth stone. The other stones are from the local stone, as might be expected. Perhaps that emperor happened to die on Albereth. That's okay. Just as likely as anything else you've said. One could hardly blame him. Can we stop for 2 seconds? We were having a nice conversation about history and excavation and stuff, and now we gotta bring it back to personal attacks again? The tradition changed for the obvious reason, mistress. Albereth is hardly known for its comforts. I can't believe the robot. I can't believe the 1,000-plus-year-old robot is thinking in such short terms. This is a weakness in the writing. There are many things that I've been willing to let slide or say, okay, maybe I just don't understand what they're going for. But there are some actual weaknesses in the writing here. And that frustrates me. All right. Moving on. No game is perfect. There's something up here. A hoop of metal. I wonder if there was once one of these on top of the shrine we found on the last Emperor's hideout in the Cyclones. Heavy, but perhaps not as heavy as I had expected. Mistress, please put that down. What are you talking about now? You humans have no eyes. You do not understand what you are holding. So, what is it? Delicate. Put it down. But what's so special about it? If you cannot see that, mistress, what kind of archaeologist are you? I'm not going to just leave it here. It's valuable and important, Six. And it's coming back to Iox with us. Look, here are symbols inscribed on the inside curve. This is one end of a broken fragment of text. You know, I have to wonder how many layers of programs Six has had inlaid. You know? And which ones get priority at what time? I'm getting some strong, this is not a place of honor vibes here. The wild theory that immediately came to mind was maybe the very first emperor was a robot. And so she's like holding what remains of its heart equivalent or something. And there's a cultural taboo happening and not a, I mean, like, Six got pretty abrasive there. Doesn't normally do that. Let's see, so this speaks this speech for done something wrong. Or I can add my translation to I for my dictionary now. And 4 must be correct too. I speak. I speak for silent. I speak for the silent. Oh, what did you find? What did you find? This feels like silent. I guess it could be wind, but it's an adjective. And it has speech in it. So I think it's silent. Let me write this very quickly now. I is correct. Oh, come on. Where is it? Huh. That was toward before, and it's for now. So I guess toward / for. Not going to even bother writing down the alternatives for speak. I know that that's it. Or rather, if I'm wrong, then there's a lot more wrong than just this one that I'll have to fix. Today was a good day to figure out that that meant an adjective. If it does, which I think it does. Yeah, I know I don't know what the hoop is, but I'm very intrigued. I think I'll say that much. Good, young wind. Okay. I speak for silent? What is this thing? Is this some kind of recording device? I feel sure I've seen something like this before somewhere. We might be able to trace where it's from. Did she yoink it? I think she yoinked it. It's hard to see. Perhaps there were metal hoops on all of these shrines originally. They might have been looted if they're valuable. 6 really not going to say anything else? The wellspring must be up there somewhere. Where does all the water go? Into the nebula, mistress. Into the rivers. Everywhere. Then that's why they build a graveyard here. The water carries the souls of the dead to the rivers. Huh. Where was this hoop made, I wonder? Unclear, mistress. But we may be able to locate its origin. This one's set apart from the others. And it's inscribed. Ooh. This is the end of a longer line of text. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right, okay. I'm going to work from the end. Okay, so hold on. Before I do this, let me see how much of it I can read. I sail the river of death toward the stars? All right. I don't think I'm breaking that apart correctly. All right. I sail dead river of nice. Lots of confirmations today. Lots of confirmations today. Okay. Let's just get this one down. Ugh, my handwriting's terrible. Okay, so we've got action star into up knowledge. Well, the only thing that's anywhere close is sky. People sleep need. Okay. Does I sail dead river of sky work? That works, yeah. Sailor's grave. Sounds more like the words of a child, I guess. I don't know why you would say that. But okay. Miss Judgy Pants. I think I'm done over there. Let's continue. But by the waters. The air must be getting thinner. Take your time, mistress. This location is extremely unsafe. Well, I'll try to go fast then.
The wind was strong up here. It wanted to grab you by the waist and chuck you down the cliff.
Okay, I just want to check these 2 statues and then we can go, I promise. No, now is not the time to get romantic. I can see Elbereth, mistress, through the haze. Elbereth again. Will have me believing the first emperor was born there. I mean, that could be the case. As you were, mistress? Do you have a point to make, Six? Me, mistress? No, mistress. Mistress. Please. All right, there's nothing up here I can click on. And I'm having a hard time walking. So I think we're just gonna go back down. All right. Oh, did I check this one? Nothing on this one. All right. Let's see. Okay. I don't give a flying hoot what the curators want. The curators can suck on my ship. I am not going back across that, mistress. The odds of collapse multiply with every attempt. I strongly suggest we use the hopper to return to the ship. Your ethical core won't let you leave me. You're stuck with me. So come on. Okay, that's not what I expected out of that exchange, or I would have picked a different response. Making absolutely certain I got everywhere. Before we head out. Right, yeah. There was a whole other section that I didn't actually get to yet. Alrighty. So came from that way, went that way, go this way. What's this? What have we got? This is a leather-bound book, almost blank except for some precise symbols. I think it dates from ancient times. I've found a written message on the inside cover. This one is a phrase run together. Oh, good. Good, good, good. Whoa. Oh, I like that they've confirmed knowledge. There's so many interesting things about the gods. So many. All right. Gonna have to go back and look at that other book I got my hands on. All right. Yeah, that seems like, I mean, if forever is, I guess that could be time, many time, forever. This could be many, pretty easily. All right, you got me. There we go. Face. All right, so it's got the pluralizer. I guess it could be all time. There we go. Yeah, forever, all time. Yeah. Okay. I think we're looking at all. Guess it could also be one of these other things, but I don't think so. I guess if it was going to be many, it would actually just be pluralizer. And just do it twice. Doot. Ah! It does, doesn't it? And I really strongly felt that that was nothing. That it was nothing. Come on. Huh. I guess the X must be anti, opposite of. Whereas this is absence. Nice. You know, I've gotten a lot more confident about making choices as I've come to realize that there is absolutely no penalty for getting it wrong. But also as I've gotten more information, all knowledge and none. Sounds good to me. All knowledge and none. If only we could read the whole volume. Yoink! Hidden, huh? Oh, I guess that's it. All right. Okay. Now, I don't think this was everywhere back this way. Go. No. Right. Okay. I think I was going this way around. Dots? Dots, anyone? No dots. Keep looking at it. Aw, really, guys? We're just... Really? Oh, come on. Not even an explanation. Just none for you. You could have at least put some rubble here or something. You've got so many assets to work from, and you just... Aw. Disappoint. Disappoint. Oh, and it's right by the entrance, too. Oh. All right. Indie games, what you gonna do? There's only so much QA you can do. Just one more run around, make sure I got everything. Each of the doors that were stuck. Up there. That's the hopper eye you used. Indeed. Okay. Right, I think we did all that bit. Came back this way, yes. Okay. Anything around our goddess friend here? Anything going on with the palm? No. Okay. Think we're good. Think I'm gonna get through an entire freaking moon in one go. Huzzah! Back to the ship. Very good, mistress. Very good, mistress. It would seem this site was connected to somewhere else. Be ready, mistress. So many goodies today. So many. No. She does not get to. A curious place, mistress. So much water. If we could ship it. you would be very rich. I could, couldn't I? I should have picked the other one. Maybe I could tell someone about the place. All right. I think that is enough for today. My poor partner has been politely waiting for me to be done so that they can start making dinner. So I'm gonna go, but this has been a lot of fun, and I will try to get all of the stuff that's currently missing in between my last two VODs and what's currently up on YouTube. I will try to. My goal is to have between here and between Twitch and YouTube to have the entire run up consistently. So I'm hoping to catch back up this week. I've got a couple days off from work for reasons, so might be able to do it. All right. Have a great night, everybody. You are welcome.